In the heart of an abandoned asylum lies a story too chilling to ignore. Once a beacon of hope, it's now a ghostly echo of suffering and sorrow. Patients whispered of shadows that moved when no one was watching. Doctors dismissed it as delirium, but nurses spoke in hushed tones at night. The asylum's history dates back to the late 19th century, a time of institutionalized madness. Walls echoed with screams, and corridors were haunted by unspoken horrors. One nurse, Eliza, dared to investigate the strange occurrences. She found empty rooms with beds that seemed to rearrange themselves. Footsteps echoed down halls, yet no one was there when she turned the corner. Eliza spoke to older staff members who revealed tales of patients who vanished without a trace. They whispered about room 404, where the most disturbing incidents occurred. Determined to uncover the truth, Eliza spent her nights in room 404. First night she heard soft singing, a haunting melody with no discernible source. The temperature dropped, and she felt an icy presence at the foot of her bed. Eliza recorded her experiences in a journal, each entry more terrifying than the last. On the third night she saw a figure in the corner, shrouded in darkness. It moved closer, revealing hollow eyes and a mouth twisted in a silent scream. Eliza fled, but the figure followed, its presence a cold weight on her chest. She confided in a colleague, Dr. Thompson, who was skeptical but intrigued. Together, they set up cameras and audio recorders in room 404. Reviewing the footage, they saw shadows moving independently of any light source. Voices, barely audible, whispered incoherently as if from another realm. One recording captured a chilling phrase, "Help me." They are still here. Intrigued and terrified, Dr. Thompson brought in a parapsychologist, Professor Reynolds. Professor Reynolds theorized that the asylum was built on an ancient burial ground. He suggested that the spirits of the dead were trapped, unable to rest. A séance was arranged, hoping to communicate with the lingering entities. During the séance, the temperature plummeted and objects began to levitate. Voices grew louder, and Eliza recognized one as belonging to a patient she once cared for. The patient had committed suicide in room 404, driven mad by unseen forces. The session ended abruptly when a gust of wind blew out all the candles. In the silence that followed, they all heard the same haunting melody. Professor Reynolds recommended closing the asylum permanently and performing a ritual to free the spirits. Local authorities hesitated, fearing public outcry and loss of tourism. Eliza, driven by a need for closure, returned to room 404 alone. She performed a traditional ritual, hoping to guide the spirits to peace. The room grew darker, and the singing reached a crescendo. Suddenly, a figure appeared again, but this time it seemed less menacing. It nodded, as if acknowledging Eliza's efforts, and then vanished. The asylum remains abandoned, but reports of hauntings have ceased. Eliza believes the spirits are finally at rest, but some questions remain. What other secrets does the asylum hold, buried beneath layers of history? And could the ritual have unintended consequences waiting to surface? Subscribe to our channel to explore more haunted locations and uncover their hidden truths. Which do you think is more terrifying, the known haunted past or the unknown future consequences? Stay tuned for more chilling tales and subscribe now.